Over to the Blue Couches now. We're going to welcome in our first guest today. Doug Phillips is joining us. He is, as you may know, with Geek Army, but also part of Erie All-Stars, which is performing for Celebrate Erie next week. Welcome, Doug. It's nice to have you here on the Blue Couches.
Thanks for having me.
You've been on the traveling Blue Couch down at 8 Great Tuesdays.
Yes, Erie All-Stars. We did the first 8 Great Tuesdays this year. We had the privilege of performing that. We did a Pink Floyd tribute that night. So
yes.
It was good.
And so for Celebrate Erie, you're doing a Beatles tribute.
It's the year of classic rock. Yeah, we're digging into the Beatles for this performance.
I love it. Talk a little bit about who's joining you for this, because it's musicians from different bands all around the area.
Correct. The Erie All-Stars are a collective of local musicians, so every band is different, every show is different, and this show we have 14 performers on the stage with us, sort of core band, sort of Fab Four, if you will, then two other featured musicians, and then we'll have 8 vocalists who are going to be performing the songs.
How long do you rehearse to put this set together?
We've been rehearsing this for about a month now.
Yeah.
You know, we can take a couple months sometimes. This one we had a little more condensed schedule because we did just have that previous show in July. But we managed to squeeze enough rehearsals in here to give a nice professional tribute for you next weekend.
Any little tidbits you're willing to give away, or are you keeping everything under wraps at this point?
Well, I can say that we're doing our best to represent a nice spectrum of all the Beatles material. Okay. We're not just gonna, we have the little, the picture of the Abbey Road there for the promotion when we're crossing the road. It's not specifically Abbey Road heavy. We're gonna do a nice selection of their material from all across their career.
What do you play? You guitars?
I'll be playing bass.
Bass?
I'll also be a featured vocalist.
Okay. You said a whole bunch in the band. What musical instruments will be included in this?
Sure. Well, we're going to strip it down to really the basics. It's going to be mostly guitar and keys. You know, the Beatles did add a lot of odd instrumentation in the studio recordings, and so what you're going to see from us is more of sort of a our own interpretations on songs rather than try to emulate the songs exactly as you might hear them on the recordings.
Yeah. Is there one particular person behind Erie All-Stars that puts it together? Because it seems to me like it's a massive project to be, you know, picking all these different people to do these different centered shows. Sure.
Well, there's sort of a core group of us. The band sort of spun out of the Rock Erie Awards that happened sort of in the 2000s. And as we got into the teens there, we got asked to do a Celebrate Erie show, so the house band sort of spun into the Erie All-Stars.
Okay.
And essentially one person sort of takes the creative producer role.
Okay.
So for this show, I've been the creative producer for this Beatles show.
Now I've gotten down to it. You're the boss. You're the big guy for this one.
Well, for this show, again, yeah, I'm the one who's put the schedule together and you know, sort of put the band together, so to speak. But,
so you pick the tunes and the flow of the show.
It's really a collective effort, though. I really want to stress that it's not one person really who you can point the finger at who's in charge of this. Everyone really contributes really hard and works, you know, behind the scenes to make sure that we put on a great show. What's
fun about doing the local shows like 8 Great Tuesdays or Celebrate Erie?
The crowd, the community, really. That's my favorite part of it. For 8 Great Tuesdays, we really had such a fantastic crowd, and it just made me feel proud to be part of such a vibrant community that does so much to put on, you know, performances and supports art and music. Just a great scene here. So I'm really proud of that.
And you've been a lifelong musician in this area?
Yeah, since the 80s when I was a teenager. So I've been performing for a long time around town.
What's your day job?
What's my day job?
Or is this it? Do you do this all the time?
I'm an association executive, so I'm not a full-time musician.
I always love to know what folks do because I find it so interesting. You think you know somebody, and then next thing you know that they're in a death metal band. You don't know what you're going to run into.
Yeah, we have full-time musicians in the band, and we have full-time daytime professionals as well. So we run the gamut in this.
And really, the beauty in that is the time and the dedication. You know, if you're working and holding down a full-time career, plus you're doing this on top of it, that is a love and a passion for music and entertainment.
It is, you know, I think, again, it's kudos to all those who take time away from their family and their jobs to, because you have to rehearse before you come to rehearsal too.
Yeah.
So there's layers of rehearsal, and if you come to rehearsal unprepared, it can kind of throw a monkey wrench in the whole system. No, you've
got to be ready, for everybody else. So, of course, we all know Celebrate Erie is next weekend. When is Erie All-Stars big show?
We are going to be the headliner on Sunday night. We'll be performing at 8 p.m. So I want to give a shout out to the opening bands, though. There'll be the Bob Tribute, which is a Bob Dylan Dylan tribute.
Okay.
And then there's also going to be Preach Freedom as the first support act of the evening. Local musician who's going to do some great stuff.
It's going to be a great weekend. Doug, thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate it. It's nice to have you on the couches today. Don't forget your official button too. And